Welcome to Deep Thought, the power of beauty and brains. You know what, and this is something I probably talked about before. I've done so many videos and I've talked about this. Might have even had the same title. I didn't even feel like chasing. But one thing about me, especially with this channel, if I have a thought about something, I was like, oh, a thought. Oh, let me talk about it. And actually, this came from a recent book I read. I didn't like the ending of the book, so I'm not going to promote it here. I'm not going to promote it here, but I'll just say the main character had definite beauty, but also a level of brains, and I'll leave it at that. And you know, I was thinking about that because think about just the power of it. And you know, when we say beauty, of course, usually we're talking about women, but of course, you could talk about a very handsome man as well. You know, somebody who has that physicality, because let's be real. Even though on my other channel, my main channel, I say, look, even if you average looking, you can still get a mate. You know, I'm telling the guys you can still get a mate because there's so much there. But that's because most men are average looking. So, you know, I'm telling them what to do to still win. There's still ways to win with women. But if you're a really handsome man, or let's bring the women back, just an attractive person, you already have influence. You already have influence over people. Because let's be real, most of us, the vast majority of us have the pattern. Notice how I bring the pattern thing in there of being influenced by somebody who looks real good. We already have that. They look good. It was like, it's just genetics, good genetics. But, you know, these people, you know, we see this person look real good. It's like we want to give them extra. You know, they go into different restaurants and stuff. They might get better service, get more attention and everything. And they can influence people, especially in the age of social media. You have some people making money and getting a lot of attention, whereas, you know, from people across the world because of their beauty, because of their handsomeness, whatever. But that's an influence thing. That's an influence. Now, add brains to it. When I say brains, there's some thinkers, not just somebody who is, you know, not just somebody who did well in school, though they probably did, but somebody who's really cunning. You know, they really know how to use their smarts. I mean, it could be street smarts, book smarts, whatever. Oh, and if they have both brains on that level, they have book smarts, they have street smarts, and they have beauty. Oh, they can be dangerous. Like I've talked about on my main channel, and this one as well one time, demon lovers. One thing about demon lovers, they got beauty, because that's one of the reasons they attract so many to them. But they also have cunning. They have brains and everything. Oh, they dangerous. That's a powerful person. Or if you have beauty and brains, but you just decide, oh, well, you know, I'm going to make money. Or beauty and brains, you could decide you're going to be a politician or something. It's powerful. It's powerful because it's influence. One, you're already influencing them with your beauty. Or they are influencing them with the beauty or everything. But then they have the brains to know how to use that person, to know how to place that person to get what they want out that person. Because, okay, say in a restaurant or something, somebody go in there real beautiful or something, real beautiful, real handsome, right? And, you know, they get the server, they get the manager, everybody's looking at this person. This person might be able to say a few words, you know, they might complain about the food, or they might be very friendly. I'm gonna tell you a smarter way of doing it. Be extremely friendly. Be extremely like nice and everything. You never know. You never know. You might get something. You might get you know, some free food or free whatever. Because you influence the person. You're not spending the money like you usually would, like other people would have to spend money on something. And that's just a tiny thing. Because unfortunately, you have some con artists out there, some scammers, some hustlers and stuff. They look good, but then they have the cunning to get something out of a person, unfortunately. But that's a power thing, because unfortunately in life, people have beauty and brains. That's a power that they can use for bad. They can use for bad, for evil, for evil. But it's powerful because you're already influencing, I'm gonna say, I keep saying you, I'm trying not to help anybody out who might not know their power. And hopefully they never do, but they might. But somebody with the beauty, with their looks, with their handsomeness, whatever gender they are, shoot, they're already influencing people like that. But then it's like, okay, brains, how do I use this person? How do I get what I want? You know? I mean, and it don't have to be a bad thing. They could be a salesperson. Like if you get in sales, those are the best salespeople. Somebody who's physically attractive, but they also smart, especially street smart. They can really talk with someone. You know, I used to work in sales, trust me. You had somebody, I actually knew somebody who had like, he was a guy and, you know, he looked like, in fact, I had mentioned him before. He looked like Zac Efron, except taller. A taller version of Zac Efron. And he worked at this department store that I worked at as well. And he used to get a lot of attention. He used to get a lot of attention. And he was a good guy, though. He was a good guy, good Christian guy. So he was a very good guy. He ended up being a police officer, which should be interesting. But he got a lot of attention just doing what he did. Just, you know, getting sales, all of that, getting a lot of attention, you know, and that's the thing. Indeed, I remember a manager hired a very beautiful woman to work in one of the sections just because of her beauty and everything. So it's a powerful thing because it influences people. Because one of the things, and this is what the days have realized, people are influenced by that. That's why you have people, very beautiful people, modeling clothes or starring in movies and stuff like that because of their beauty. Because people want to be around it. People want to see it and everything. But it's a powerful combination. It's a powerful combination. Because think about it. Somebody looks real good. Plus they probably, and when I say brains, not just book smarts, but street smarts. And even if they have book smarts, and you know, they don't have to be like on the eval tip. They could be that type of person who's just gonna say, well, okay, well, I can talk about this serious matter and people are gonna pay attention. And let's think about that. How many, like, there has been some serious people discussing some serious stuff. And I can think of one young lady now, everybody's young to me, who's discussing relationships now. I ain't gonna throw her name out there. Well, I'll throw her name out there, Sadia Khan. Very beautiful young lady talking about relationships. You know, how many guys are listening when other people have said the same exact thing? They've said the exact same thing, but they paying attention to the beautiful young lady. Something to think about, beauty and brains. Very powerful combination. It's something to think about. Anyway, and no, I ain't gonna give the book. Let's just say I read a book recently and I was highly disappointed. Maybe I'll talk about writing one day. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.